everyone has the right. Everyone has the right to be happy and live in peace. Today, I would like to explain an historical uprising that was against the violence of this basic human right. This uprising is called May 18th Democratic Movement. It is an historical event that contributed greatly to the development of Korean democracy from May 18th to 27th in 1980 in Gwangju. Today, let's find out what happened at that time with the records that will deliver the whole process and messages to us. It is also listed in the UNESCO Memory of the World Register. During my presentation, I would like to ask you 3 questions, and please think about the answers together. There are 9 types of records, and among them, first, I will explain the process of this uprising with these 6 records, including testimonies, medical records, photos, and many more. First, after the December 12th coup by new military forces, many protests broke out, and the government tried to suppress Gwangju even more. On May 18th, martial law army started to attack citizens in Gwangju. They assaulted, hit, arrested whoever they saw on the streets, and it is also said that they even fired from the helicopters. Major roads were blocked, so citizens formed an army to protect themselves and used taxis and buses to barricade. On May 27th, tank-led martial law army started to attack people brutally, and after this last oppression, this 10-day uprising came to an end. During this uprising, there were more than 5,000 victims with hundreds of deaths. We can conclude that this was a violation of human rights by the government. Then, here's my first question. What do you think made the citizens fight? For democracy or for peace? We can find the answer from one of the manifestos of the Citizens' Army. They said, "The answer is too simple. I couldn't just watch the cruel atrocities anymore, so we participated in the uprising with guns." Anger at violence and conscience were the driving force that led to the development of democracy and changed the society. This answer makes us wonder how we are acting with many of the problems that we are facing now and makes us ashamed. This attitude was later reflected directly to the citizens' cooperation and civic community. Citizens shared meals, donated blood, distributed necessities, and supported large hospitals. Surprisingly, there were no crimes committed by the citizens. Then, here's my second question. What kind of evaluation do you think did they get afterward? Unfortunately, it was very negative. We can also find it from one of the records called Data of Military Court and Material. The government distorted this uprising and arrested innocent people. However, as the trust was already spread around the country, it later led to the success of June Democratic Movement in 1987, and special committee to find the trust was formed, and the victims finally got compensation after 10 years since this uprising. And we can check this whole process throughout these 2 records too. Although it took a long time, it was possible because we had the records. The listed archives are more than 4,000 volumes with more than 3,000 photographs. With this vast amount of records, although there were some fabricated documents, the records prove the truth. Also, this record is considered to be a good example of rectifying the human rights violation, as it follows these ideal steps, which is finding truth, punishment, honor recovery, compensation, and memorial projects. These ideal steps later gave positive impacts to other countries' development of democracy too. Last but not least, here's my last question. Do you still think May 18th democratic movement is meaningful only in Korea? I think now you can definitely say no, because we've learned that anger, violence, conscience, and the power of community can change the society and achieve democracy. Also, if we don't forget and keep the records and try to find the truth, one day justice will be realized. History is important as it teaches and gives us the direction to the future. These two messages will give us the right answer to how to deal with many of the human rights abuses that are still happening now. I hope you get more interested in this May 18th democratic movement and not forget. Thank you.